All right, so in this video we are going to see some more format verbs. So we're going to see %pound_x and %pound_X. And then we're going to see another escape character. We're going to see the \t, which we'll just put in a tab. And then we're going to do a program that loops over a series of numbers. So we'll see the basic loop syntax, and it's going to print out decimal, binary, and hex. That's not going to be a loop. What am I talking about? This one's going to be a loop. So series of numbers. I think that is going to be a loop. Never mind. That will be a loop. I'm going to leave that there. And this will be a loop too. They're both going to be loops. So a program that prints the first 200 characters of UTF-8, and then at the end I'm just going to do a GitHub process to sort of commit all that work and push it up to GitHub. So it'll be good for you to see that, just to sort of keep reviewing the process and these fundamentals, what you should know. Because the more you watch something, the more it sticks. All right, so let's get started. We left off with this program right here. So there's %pound_x, there's %pound_X, and then here I'm using tabs instead. So I'm not going to run these right here, but I'll run this one just so you can kind of see the difference. And I'm going to comment that out by making sure this line's selected and hold down Control on my keyboard and press /. Alternatively, I could have done Command and push /. And you see, as soon as I did that, I got a red line right here because I've imported the fumpt package and I'm not using it. And Go will not allow you to have pollution in your code. Go will not allow you to have pollution in your code. What is pollution? Pollution is like having stuff in there that isn't being used, right? So it has no purpose being in there, right? It's not being used, so why is it in there? Get it out of there. So you can see when I go back to having this line uncommented, and the way I did that again is just once more holding down Control and pressing the /, and that uncomments it. As soon as this is uncommented and that's used again, the error that isn't used goes away. All right, so let's run this one. And I'm already in 03 hexadecimal master, and here's 03 hexadecimal main.go. So master is just whatever. That's the terminal deal. So run it. Let's run it. And there we go, right? So it added that 0x and it made it all capital. So if you want it to all be capital, use the capital X. If you want it to be lowercase, you use the lowercase x. If you want the 0x, you add the pound. You know, there are nuances to programming, and sometimes people are like, holy cow, this is really technical, and there's so much detail to remember. But it's like anything, right? Like, become a surgeon, become a bridge engineer, like become a realtor, right? Become a realtor, and it's like, you got to remember all this technical stuff. My mom is a realtor, right? And there's just like all of these little nuances you got to know. So anyhow, that's any field. And then next, let's see a loop, where we're going to loop over this, where we just have decimal, binary, hexadecimal, and then I'm separating them with tabs this time. So that's the tab, and then a new line. And here's a loop. And so this is the initializer, this is the condition, and this is the post. And if we look at the syntax for loop, and the thing isn't to learn loops right now, but this is just like the forward, looking kind of preview of what we're going to do. And it's either here, I always forget if I read it in the spec or if I read it in effective Go. So this one's in effective Go. And there's, loops, where is it? Control structures, for. And so right here, there's the syntax, for init condition post, right? Init condition post. And so we have an initializer. That's our init, where we initialize some sort of a counter variable. And then we have, look at that, I messed it up. There we go. Then we have our condition, where we check some condition. Then we have our post. So this is basically saying, for this loop, start out at 0. And set that equal to I. And while I is less than 200, run this code. And so it'll go, I is 0. Is 0 less than 200? Yes. Run it. And then post, after it's run, add 1 to I. That's what the ++ means. It just means add 1 to it. And so then it's like I is 1. Is 1 less than 200? Yes. Run this code, add 1. Now I is 2. Is 2 less than 200? Yes. Okay, run this code. All the way up to like 199. 199 less than 200? Yes. Run this code, add 1 to it. And then 200, is 200 less than 200? No. Jump out of the code. So let's see this one run. It's kind of cool. I always love loops. I think they're impressive just to see like all kinds of stuff get done quickly. And so I'm going to go funct first and then go run main.go. Whoa. Right? Totally cool. So it printed out decimal, binary, hexadecimal. And if I wanted to, I could go nuts. And I can make this go as high as I wanted. 2,000, just like that. 20,000. Totally cool, man. Right? And you can see here, you know, like this took 4 characters to represent 20,000. This took a whole bunch. And this took, you know, what, 5 or 6. So you can start to see that. What if we did like from, you know, 1 million to 1 million, and that's, you know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1 million, 10,000. I guess we just need 1,100,000. That should do it right there. 1 million to 1,100,000. So you can kind of see that there. Anyhow, pretty cool. All right, so that's looping over that. And then the next thing we want to see is UTF-8. And so here's UTF-8. And we're just doing a loop again from 0 to 200. Decimal, binary, hexadecimal, separating them with tabs, and then %Q and a new line. I have no idea why that's all the way over there like that. All right, so go funct that and then go run main. And so here's the beginning of UTF-8, right? Which is also was originally ASCII, and it's, you know, only showing me so many characters in this terminal because it's totally lame and it's Windows. I don't know. And so I'm just going to change my code to do, you know, like what? It started around 60 and goes up to, you know, 170. So let's see that. So there's up to 170, but not including 170, and it only gives me 100. Let's do, so where did we end? It ends at 121. 122, 60 to 122. All right, cool. So here we have, you know, basically ASCII, and here's, you know, position 65, the letter A. And this is also UTF-8 because the first part of UTF-8 is the old ASCII. And here at position 97 is lowercase a. So that's pretty cool. And the way I did that was with %Q. And how did I learn about %Q? I just went to godoc.org/funct for the standard library funct package. And I looked for general, Boolean, integer, floating point, string. And then I read, okay, %S and %Q. And %S didn't give me the results I wanted because I'm on Windows, and %Q did, so I used that when I ran a test of it before. But that's some pretty cool stuff, and hopefully you're like seeing this and it's all sort of gelling for you, and you're like, okay, I've got that foundation, I know what's happening behind the scenes, the internals, it's zeros and ones, there's coding schemes, I know why it's zeros and ones because computers run on electricity. And I've got this, man. I got it. You got this, baby. You got it. You're doing good. You're doing good, baby. You know what's going on. I got this friend Maynard who's like the most positive dude in the world. And anytime I see him, it's just like this super positive pep talk about how good it's going, how good I'm doing. It's totally awesome. So anyhow, that was like my homage to Maynard right there. And but this stuff, you're getting it, you're looking at it, it's like it's clicking, baby. I know it's clicking. You're like looking at that, and that's no longer foreign, intimidating. You're like, I got it, I'm getting this stuff. So that's cool stuff. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a review of this entire section in the next video, just to sort of like cement in what you're learning, and then we're gonna jump into coding. That's gonna be great.